I tap this island and cast Omniscience. On your turn, I cast Consider. Agent of Treachery? My bad, happens all the time. Today we continue our series of deck techs built around the new legendary creatures from Commander Legends 2, Battle for Baldur's Gate. Some of the videos will be budget lists, but today's won't be. I don't want to be tied to only making budget deck lists, because I know that some of you can afford to drop $500 on a new Commander deck, while others cannot. If you want to be notified when those new Commander videos post, be sure to click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of all new videos coming out. With that out of the way, let's take a look at Neera Wild Mage. I was working at my local game store during Commander Night a couple of weeks ago when Neera Wild Mage got spoiled. We discussed her as a group, and I asked if I should build a budget list for her, or go hog wild and include some fun and powerful spells. Everyone at the store suggested I go for a no-limit list. And while those are fun, I didn't want to go completely crazy with the list. So today's list has a budget of about $500. So let's take a closer look at Neera Wild Mage, and figure out what kind of deck we want to make. Neera Wild Mage is a 6-mana, 2/7 legendary human elf shaman. Whenever we cast a spell, we may put it on the bottom of its owner's library. If we do, we reveal cards from the top of our library until we reveal a non-land card. We may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then we put the rest of the cards on the bottom of our library in a random order. Now, we can only do this once per turn, and I believe it only works on the first spell we cast each turn. Now, a bit of lore before we get into the deck tech. I'm not going into the specifics, but in Dungeons & Dragons there are many different types of spellcasters, and each learns their magic through different means. Wizards learn magic through dedication and study. Clerics are granted power from the gods they worship. Druids use the power of nature itself. And sorcerers are born with magic in their blood. But where does that magic come from? In the Player's Handbook there are two types of sorcerers, Draconic Bloodline and Wild Magic. Draconic magic is pretty straightforward. A dragon's blood mingled with your ancestors, and every once in a while, someone in your family is born with magical abilities. Wild magic, though, is something different. It is unique and strange. There is chaos in you, and sometimes, when you cast your spells, strange occurrences happen. You sometimes find yourself teleporting around your house, or your skin turns blue, or lightning falls from the skies, or you are suddenly a foot shorter than you were. The results are often spectacular and not always beneficial to you or your allies. But what if we could control that chaos? What if we knew exactly what was on top of our deck, at least some of the time, and could cast some big, scary spells for cheap? So that's what I decided to do. But before we get into the deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. So what big scary spells do we want to cast for free? How about Omniscience, Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time, Meteor Golem, Brass's Bounty, Agent of Treachery, Jin Gataxias Core Augur, Hullbreaker Horror, Niv Mizzet Perun, Nezahal Primal Tide, Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Itali Primal Storm, Ancient Copper Dragon, and Ancient Silver Dragon. Now, while most of the spells in our deck can be replaced via our commander's ability, we do want some cheap spells to trigger her. For those, we have Opt, Faithless Looting, High Tide, Expedite, Izzet Charm, Consider, Essence Flux, and Thought Scour. Our spot removal consists of a Braid, Reality Shift, Pongify, Resculpt, Chaos Warp, and Commit Memory, which also serves as our first piece of graveyard hate. For counter magic, we've got Counterspell, Negate, Arcane Denial, Mana Drain, and Wash Away. We've also got a Narset's Reversal as one of the best cards in blue, and Hour of Devastation, Magma Quake, Blasphemous Act, and Cyclonic Rift for board wipes. Card advantage, not counting our cantrips and creatures, consists of Anticipate, Tolarian Winds, Windfall, Rhystic Study, and Echo of Eons, which serves as our second piece of graveyard hate. For top deck manipulation, we have Brainstorm, Brainstone, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Sensei's Divining Top, and Scroll Rack. Our mana ramp consists of Soul Ring, Wayfarer's Bauble, Arcane Signet, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Sky Diamond, Fire Diamond, Talisman of Creativity, Izzet Signet, Chromatic Lantern, Worn Power Stone, Burnished Heart, and Solemn Simulacrum. For lands, we've got Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Steam Vents, Training Center, Sulphur Falls, Volatile Fjord, Stormcarved Coast, Temple of Epiphany, Silver Bluff Bridge, Izzet Guildgate, Izzet Boilerworks, Prismari Campus, Swiftwater Cliffs, 17 Islands, and 7 Mountains. So how does our deck compare to our checklist? 50 mana sources, split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, right on target. 15 pieces of card advantage, not counting our cantrips. 13 pieces of interaction and spot removal. 4 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate. No sudden I win cards, but lots of value. We're not really trying to combo off so much as gain overwhelming value, similar to Kalia. Kalia works best when you try to cheat on mana. Being able to slam giant dragons, demons, and angels into play at will is what makes her such a scary commander. And I think Neera has that capability. Yes, you could build her as a pure Chaos Mage and cut the expensive cards like Jace or Divining Top, but I didn't want to go in that direction. How will you build Neera Wild Mage? What cards are you excited to play with her? Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. Please like and subscribe for more Commander content, or you can click here for more deck tech videos. I've also started a Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Danon or click the link in the description below. Again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.